Hello, viewers. Today I'm going to make plum makgeolli again, this time with pectinase, pectic enzyme. Last time I brewed with plums, the brew was thick and difficult to strain. I blame that on the fact that plums contain a lot of pectin, and helpful brewers suggested I use pectic enzyme to help with that. So will this work? So I'm going to brew it same as last time with two-stage brew. First stage, rice flour porridge. So this is the same as before. Now I have to tell you, this didn't turn out the way I expected. So actually, this video, I'm not going to be teaching you very much. This is mostly teaching myself, mainly what not to do. So I learned something from doing this. I want to show you. That I'm brewing, but you don't need to follow what I did here because didn't really work like I expected. Okay, so on day 2 is when we make the go-to bop and when I'm going to add the plums. So again, this is the same proportion as the last time I made plum makgeolli. One thing that's slightly different is that I only have 4 plums this time. They're frozen as before. Add a little water and I cook it down. It does really become like a jam. It smells really good. So my goal is to reduce it by 1/2 and I cool it down. So here is where I add the pectic enzyme. So the big question is, did I use this correctly? Here are the directions. It doesn't really say a temperature to use. I added it when it was completely cooled down. It was actually pretty cold. That might not have been the right thing to do. I did add extra. I added a 1/4 teaspoon. But I'm not sure that was right either. But so the enzyme is mixed in with the plum jam, and it's sitting there. I'm hoping it's working as I'm steaming and cooling down the rice. Okay, now I want to add it to the rice. Now notice it still is quite thick. So I don't think the pectic enzyme had the effect that I wanted. I feel like there's still a lot of pectin in there, but let's see what happens. So I mix it by hand and put it in the cupboard to ferment. And let's take a look at it. It's getting off to a slow start fermenting. Finally, you can see some liquid at the bottom there. So fermentation is slow. Now it is fermenting and bubbling. It just doesn't seem as complete as I'd like it. Letting this go as long as possible. You can see how the rice is breaking down at the bottom. Now it's all even. Yeah, it's got to be done by now. So it doesn't quite have the texture I wanted. But let's see how straining works here, because last time with plums, straining was difficult. And this time, straining is still slow and difficult. So it didn't seem to help at all. Though I'm going to say it's how I used the pectinase is the problem. I didn't use it at the right time or the right temperature. But it didn't seem to have an effect. So I still have plum makgeolli, but it didn't fix my problem with straining. This is quite an effort to squeeze it out of the bag when it's thick like this. And just measuring the leftovers. This is more than last time. So again, measurably not as good as last time, so it didn't have the effect I wanted. So the way I used the pectinase didn't improve the fermentation or the straining, but plum makgeolli tastes good. It's good fruit to use. It's nice flavor, nice color. Other people enjoyed this flavor, so that worked out. I still have delicious Korean rice wine, but I still don't know how to use the pectinase properly. So I'm going to have to try that again in another video. I'll try to figure out how to do it right. Hope this was interesting. Thank you for watching.